Hello, everybody, and welcome to Around the Bush for the first time live on YouTube. That's right. We're doing this live for the very first time. Usually we did it on Twitch and then uploaded the VOD over here. Now, hey, welcome. We're going to do this directly live, and we're going to jump into some news with my co-host, Rene. How's it going?
Very good. Very good. I'm actually very excited for this episode, just because of this bit of news right here that we're watching right now. I was just making the thumbnail for this, and I got excited for this.
Title, thumbnail, the main leading news. We're gonna give it to you straight. We're not gonna make you wait for it. This is a leak coming from several different reliable sources, including DBS Hype, Dragon Ball. The 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai arc will be the 5th DLC, one after Bardock DLC, DBZ Kakarot. So Bardock DLC coming out next Friday is going to be the 4th DLC. The 5th one is going back to original Dragon Ball, which is something that no one was sure they were going to do. So at first it's like, oh, it's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, so it's only going to be Z stuff. But then we got the Trunks DLC, which already jumped into Super. Okay, so we opened the door to Super. That means we have all of these arcs to cover. Are they ever going to go back and do original Dragon Ball? And yes, they are. That's the answer. I wonder if they're going to have new models for Goku even, or if they're just going to use the normal Goku model that they have right now. Because he does look like slightly younger in the show, and I kind of want him to do that. The big question of whether or not they would go with original Dragon Ball is, well, they have to do like a brand new Goku, like a small Goku. Well, doing this arc, he's like a teenager, so maybe they could get away with a regular model, but I do hope to see a change there.
Here's what I get excited. First of all, shout out to DBZ Hype, DBS Hype. Mm-hmm. Fantastic account. Follow that guy or girl, follow them. Because regarding Dragon Ball news, they got us covered.
Oh yeah.
Here's what I think is very exciting about this. This is specifically the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai arc. So this is going to be a tournament.
Yes. Well, I don't think it's just a tournament. It kind of expands beyond the tournament at some point with Demon King Piccolo and stuff like that.
Yeah, but how much? So if this is the arc specifically, something regarding the tournament needs to happen. How do you pull off?
It just hit me. They skipped the tournament arc in the Buu Saga in Kakarot. You don't play a single match in the tournament arena. This is going to be the first time.
Exactly. And how grounded is the combat going to be? What is going to change? This is very exciting. And don't expect this. That'll be awesome. And honestly, I choose to get hyped. I don't usually get disappointed, so I'm going to get hyped. Let's imagine this. They come up with a different type of system where you have to play grounded and you fight within the tournament. That would be sick. I would love that.
There wasn't a lot of flying even in this tournament, which is pretty late in the series. Like, flying was still something they could do but didn't do very often. This is still the time when Goku mainly flew with the Nimbus, because flying on his own required a lot of energy. So yeah, maybe we get a different condition for battle where it's a lot more grounded. If they make grounded combat in Kakarot, aren't they just kind of making an arena fighter at that point? Arena fighter?
They'll be awesome. They'll be awesome. Look, the worst case scenario, they skip the tournament, which I think would be tragic.
There's no way. That's most of the arc. There's no way.
I know. Probably what they will do is that people will fly anyway. Best case scenario, they would just make something new, and that would be so exciting. Like, this would be them saying, yeah, we're updating Kakarot for real. Like, this is not just random ass DLC. We're making we're actually pulling off the Xenoverse treatment. We're coming up with actual DLC and updating this game maybe for months, years, who knows. Very exciting.
I do think we're going to see a few years. According to another leak that we covered like weeks back from the same people, this game is getting the Xenoverse treatment with a lot of varied DLC of all types and sizes. So that is very exciting. Especially because they have announced that for the Season Pass 2, all the DLC will be Trunks level quality. Like, there won't be any smaller DLC. The 3 DLC that we're going to get for Season Pass 2 are all going to be big pieces of DLC. So this is not just going to be like a small tournament thing. It's going to be the arc retold in that style that we really like. That is so exciting.
Thank God for that.
So
Because
exciting.
I'd rather them just take their time and actually charge more if we get that level of animation and quantity for the DLC too.
Yeah, I won't mind, because the Trunks DLC is huge. It's even speedrunning it's an hour long, so it is pretty big. Exciting. No release date, no nothing. It's just a leak. So this is all the info we have right now, but we still have a lot more news to go through, starting with a few updates to some games that we're excited to see come out at some point. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. There's a new trailer, and the game looks fantastic. Game's coming out for PS5, PS4, and PC. I think they finally released console information for that. And Grand Blue Festival is happening on January 21st. So that's when we'll finally have more news on Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Now, if you haven't watched this yet, it is an online RPG focused a lot on co-op. So you're going to have a party of 4 players, and action RPG, I should say. And you're going to be fighting through levels and boss fights and stuff like that. And I think when they first showed this game, it looked absolutely insane. I love the look of this. I still like the look of it. It's not as mind-blowing anymore, right? That's what happens.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not as mind-blowing, but still looks dope as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I thought, at some point, we're just gonna lose that hype over Grand Blue, aren't we? Not really, man. I'm looking at this new trailer. Yo, this still looks really, really good. I'm actually excited for this again, and like, just the fact that it is not as big as, for example, we've been talking about Blue Protocol, which is a massive multiplayer online. You get to experience the game, even if not during missions, but you get to be in a town where a lot of players are roaming around.
Right.
This is more of a contained multiplayer, but honestly, it has its own thing. Like, being able to play an RPG with your friend, a contained story, that's pretty cool. Something that I don't think I've ever experienced, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this as a multiplayer game too. Looks amazing, still looks amazing. I wasn't expecting that. Very excited for this announcement, whatever they have. Probably a date.
Maybe a date.
About time.
And Grand Blue Fantasy Festival is not just a time for Grand Blue Fantasy Relink news, it's also for the mobile game. But more importantly, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. And we're happy to announce the news for Grand Blue Fantasy Versus are...
Let me see if I have anything. This is a very sad day. Sad day for Versus. Sad day for video games in general. But it's the way it is.
Moving on, we got more news to go through. And for this one, we need to call our Genshin Impact correspondent, Enderup. How's it going?
Hello, yes, me.
Version 3.4 got a trailer. Tell us about 3.4. What is happening in 3.4?
3.4. It's our yearly Lantern Leeway New Year's stuff. Everyone's favorite people, Hu Tao, coming back. Other than that, there's also a big update for Sumeru in general. We're getting a new section of the map unlocked.
Ooh,
with new
that's
bosses.
gotta be the last one, right?
I believe so. Yeah, new bosses with the new sandworm and stuff like that, and I think our conquest. I thought a really big side quest.
What? I thought the Archon quest was done.
I say it should be done, but there seems to be more quest stuff with this place. So I'm assuming it's just like a really big like side area quest thing.
Okay.
I'm a little unsure on that part.
All right. Now, the new area is always exciting. It's always a sign of a big update for sure. And there's the usual event, the yearly event. And some new characters. I do believe this is
two new characters. Our 4-star Yao Yao, and our 5-star Alhaitham, the one that everyone's been waiting for, other than Dea.
Oh, still no Dea?
Still no Dea.
Okay.
Weep
No,
cry.
supposedly 3.5. So next update.
Well, it sounds like I'm returning on 3.5. Anyway.
Sounds good.
That's our Genshin updates. Thank you so much. And we're gonna close this out. All of these news that are left on the tabs up here, these are new games. So exciting times. Exciting times for anime fans. You guys ready? All right, let's start with the bad. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon is getting a mobile game? Is it this one?
First of all,
actually, no. That's not it. But yeah, go on.
Is it wrong? Because
Is it?
Because I don't think it is. Provided they are the correct age. Why?
None of them are the correct age.
And you need to approach correctly, of course. You don't need to make them uncomfortable, but like if they're willing to be picked up in a dungeon, why is it, that's
Good question for Mashra though. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a mobile game?
I have a few apps for that,
Now we've had a few really good-looking mobile games come up recently, and we've covered a lot of them on the channel. This is not one of them.
Yeah, this is definitely not one of them.
It looks like an action RPG, but like, it does not look impressive. I'm also not I have never watched this show, so I have no affinity for it. This is not making me want to watch it. So
here's
all right.
Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. Animations and combat, the combat animations actually look okay. It's just the environments that lack, I
And the
think.
character models too. It's like, okay, we're doing this again.
Yeah, but if the gameplay loop was good, I wouldn't mind that, honestly. But it also doesn't seem like it, especially being a mobile game.
Right.
How stuff is gonna go. Usually we say this mobile game is very good, but it has these systems. This will have those systems, and it's not looking good. So I don't know about this. We'll see.
Yeah. So it's coming. Before the new games, I actually wanted to cover an update to a game that's been delayed so many times. And there's no delay this time, but they have new gameplay for Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes. So, I've covered this like 3 years ago. And this just kept on getting delayed and delayed. It feels like they are finally getting ready to release it. So this game's coming out to Switch. And it is a football game, Inazuma 11. You have special powers and stuff like that, kind of like Tsubasa, but you also play aliens, like play against alien teams and stuff like that. So a little bit less grounded in reality. The gameplay systems, they use the touch screen of the Switch in conjunction with the buttons. So it is a lot more tactical. Like you send players to make runs for you. You can control every player on the pitch simultaneously, basically. Which is really promising. But in order to pull that off, they had to slow down the game to this point where it just, I don't know. I don't feel the excitement of football, but maybe it's just me. Because the strategic side of it, I think, is interesting.
Yeah, actually, you know what? There was a game that I used to play on my brother-in-law's phone, which was like, the game actually stopped. Well, it started during, like, let's say an attack. And the game stopped, and you used you come up with the trajectory of the ball, right? And it could be just a situation where you would shoot, or maybe you would have to pass 1 or 2 times. And the game was standing still until you made a trajectory, and then the game would move forward until the player touched the ball, and it would stop again. Okay. And that was a pretty fun game.
Are you sure it wasn't just Final Fantasy X?
No, it was not. I actually played quite a lot of. I have a good story about that. I'm not going to go into that, but yeah, I played hours and hours of Blitzball in Final Fantasy X. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, like I had a lot of fun with that game. So I can see this. This is not standing still. They're actually moving. So it might seem boring.
Well, here's a pause, and then you can do that. Look at that. So the reason why this needs to exist, the pause that we just talked about, and here's a Blitzball kind of cutscene. Mm-hmm. Because if you are using the Switch in handheld mode, you have the touchscreen. But they also have to account for people playing with a pro controller on a screen and whatever. And you don't have that much control over all the players. So you can also pause the game and do it like that. I don't think that looks as much fun, personally. But, you know, if that's how you prefer to play it, that's how you prefer to play it. I think this game is trying to do something new, and that's kind of interesting. But I don't know if it looks good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think this game definitely deserves a chance. From my experience with that mobile game, which I thought was pretty fun, and obviously that game tailored those specific situations for you, so you had like different missions. This one is gonna be more random, but maybe that's gonna be good for it too. Honestly, I think this game's gonna play better than it looks. I think it's gonna be more fun to play than it looks. Honestly,
yeah, maybe.
But it all is gonna come down to what the game has to offer.
Yeah, of course.
Besides that,
more information in February. We're pretty close to it already. So in the meantime, Blue Lock. Speaking of football, also getting a game. Also, this one is a mobile game. So, whoops, it launches at the end of this year, December 30. So already with a release date, no gameplay.
Cool.
So what the fuck?
Cool. This is this anime is getting
I think
a lot of fans, right?
But yeah, it is really cool. But yeah, no gameplay yet. It's like, okay, what is the game? It's coming mobile. It's coming out December 30. What's the game? Blue Lock. Okay. Well, cool, I guess. Show me the video game. Next.
Yeah, you know how it is, and especially it's a mobile game, so we'll see. We'll see when it comes out.
It's a racing training simulation game.
You can probably find gameplay, to be fair.
Oh, is this gonna be?
Like
is this gonna be Football
YouTube
Manager?
Search.
You've seen gameplay?
Did a quick YouTube search. I found something that looks like gameplay of the game World Champion. It's called, right? Yeah, no, that's it.
World Champion gameplay. I may have said no gameplay because I was confusing this story with the next one. The best way to start? What do you mean best way to start? Did this game come out? Was December 30 in the past? Was it the last?
I'm a little
December?
unsure.
It kind of looks that way. Okay, update to this new story. This game is out.
Well,
Wait,
first of all,
are we sure? Let me see the tweets. Because
it is out, says Trader.
I can find the tweet now. Official January 5. We're gonna have to scroll a bit. December 30 might be release day. Release celebration. Yep. This game is out.
Well, there it is. Game is out. Well, here's what I'll say. Football Manager, maybe. I don't know. With cool animations. Probably pay to win. I don't know. I don't know. But
I see them pressing buttons and things are happening, but it's a lot of just animation, right? Where's
the
video
game? What do you do?
Oh, you score a goal, apparently. Game set, game's over. 1-0. And then you level up the guy. And then maybe gacha pulls. And is this the start of a new game? It is. Okay. Kickoff. Dude talks to you. Dude replies. Okay. Hard fucking pass.
Wow. Yeah.
Next. Goblin Slayer has no game yet. Goblin Slayer is getting a game too. Goblin Slayer, another adventure. Nightmare Feast has been announced for Switch and PC. Not a mobile game. Not a mobile game alert. Not a mobile game alert.
Another Switch game, huh?
Yeah, Switch and PC. Will support both English and Japanese. So this is probably not going to be a Japan-only game.
Cool.
That's cool. The game will follow an original story, so not following the show story. Further details including publisher, developer, genre, release date were not announced. We don't even know who's making or publishing this.
This is a very sinister story because
This was announced by the Goblin Slayer 2 production committee. So there's a second season of Goblin Slayer in production, and the production committee said we have a video game. That's it.
okay, here's what is wrong in my opinion with this, and this could mean nothing, but they decided that this game is going to be called Another Adventure Nightmare Feast. They decide that they probably have decided the story of the game already. They're not going to leave anything to the publisher or developer to figure out. This could mean I don't know. This could mean that the game is not in a good situation. But let's be
It
let's be
might
positive.
just be like a very early announcement, you know? Like we have a project in the works and it comes out in 2025.
Yeah, but like before, I guess they maybe they already have developer and publisher,
Oh yeah, I think
Or
they
developer.
do. They just didn't announce it. It's weird.
Yeah. Which is weird.
50% chance it's Spike Chunsoft.
Which is
Spike made an Abyss game. I'll say it. I think Made in Abyss is good.
and those detective games are very good as well.
That game Ropa.
No, like the game that was on Game Pass,
Oh. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
the Somnium Files or what. People say those games are pretty dope. So you know they make good games. It's just whenever they do arena fighters with no budget at all, you know what's gonna happen. Is Goblin Slayer gonna be an arena fighter? I don't think so.
Probably not. Goblin Slayer, I can't see it. It's built as an RPG. Even the show is built as an RPG. It's very isekai in genre, but it's not an isekai. It's weird, but yeah, RPG.
That's
is
called
just-
the medieval setting, Globku. It's called
That's, but there's fantasy there, okay? It's not just medieval. There's magics and goblins,
Oh yeah,
and it's built like an RPG. It literally goes out, kills goblins, goes back to town to buy new gear. I mean, it's not just medieval, okay?
Yeah, but it's not all isekai. That doesn't have to mean it's isekai.
Kind
He's
of
got to invent the fantasy medieval setting. It's just overtaking it.
Fair point. Fair point. And that is it for anime news. Moving on to a little bit of Globku news. First of all, we have finished the offline screen for our Twitch channel, our Rest in Peace from 2018 to 2022. Thank you to all the subs. Now, if you have a streak on Twitch or had a streak on Twitch and your name is not here or it's in the wrong place, please do tag Rene and he will correct it. The offline screen is now right there. Right there. I need to change the title because last stream on Twitch is actually a very good title. Mario Kart 8. Also, Rene, I would probably ask you to do something for the banner. If I do the banner with this same image, it doesn't let me adjust it, so it just looks bad. But yeah, that is the offline screen. And finally, regarding YouTube streams, I had a very short YouTube stream last Wednesday. This live stream is also going to be very short. And I think we're going to keep doing a short stream every Friday. I think Around the Bush is going to be news, Q&A, done. That's going to be the Friday stream every time. But I do want to start doing some longer live streams. But the first long live stream that I want to do is probably the subathon. I want to get a subathon going very, very soon. I want to try to do it still in January, but we still have a lot of work ahead of us, a lot of planning to do. So until then, we'll probably have a few more short live streams. Don't count on like a big live stream. Don't count on us to be like a big live stream channel for a little bit, but also January, we're on the 6th of January now. Next week, there's DLC coming out and One Piece Odyssey. So the week after, we can probably start planning it a bit more seriously. And I already have a few ideas for longer live streams, even outside of the subathon. So this live stream channel is going to grow little by little. But first, we need some members. And to get some members, we're going to start with the subathon. Questions. Let's move on to the Q&A portion of the show. I am looking at No Mic Voice for your questions, and I am looking at chat for your questions. In the future, once this channel grows a little bit, Around the Bush will have members-only chat. I'm letting you guys know that right now, because Q&A I think should be a benefit of members. But until then, you know, there's not a lot of us. Feel free to ask anything. Did you see the new anime MOBA codename Jump? Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think that's new. I think anime. There's been that game existed, or variations of like different anime MOBAs have existed forever, and it's always like some company in China that doesn't give a crap about rights and just steals a bunch of assets and makes one of those. For some reason, this one blew up, but I think that's also like something that might go away unless they somehow find a way to play it in the West without getting sued, which I think is unlikely. But yeah, those bootleg anime games have been happening for ages now. For some reason, that one's popping off. Excited for Nier Anime tomorrow. Nier Anime tomorrow. Blue Lock returns. And I think 2 days later, there's something else. Maybe Vinland Saga. There were like 3 things happening on January 7. So while I am excited for the Nier Anime, I don't know if I'll watch it right away. Oh, Trigun is tomorrow too. There you go. That's the third one. And then there's Vinland Saga like 2 days later.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna approach it the same way, where I'm gonna wait until everything is out, and wait to hear some opinions, and do what I did with Cyberpunk, which is just binge it whenever. If it's good, I'm just gonna binge it when everything is out, which is honestly the way I like to consume anime. Just 20-minute episodes a week. Nah, I don't want that.
Consume the anime. Right. So next, last anime season is over. How do we feel? Chainsaw Man, Mob, whatever else. Bleach, dude. Bleach is so top tier. Yeah, one of the best anime seasons I've ever lived through. 100%. So thankful to be alive in this time of anime. Like, I feel like anime last year has had a massive jump in quality. Massive jump in animation quality. It is actually crazy how big of a jump it was.
How much do we have Demon Slayer to thank for?
I think a lot. I think Demon Slayer pushed the genre 100%.
Because I hear these motherfuckers complaining about Demon Slayer. Oh, story sucks. Animation is not that good. Animation is sick, and I think
not that good. What?
That level of animation, and also like the how famous Demon Slayer got, it's just pushed everything forward. Honestly, like right now, I look at Dragon Ball Super, for example, and it's like. It is actually painful.
It was already painful, I think.
It was already painful.
There were good episodes on Dragon Ball Super, 100%. But a lot of it was painful, man.
Wow, it's incredible. I'll bet some of that animation. I look at some of my drawings for thumbnails. It's just they're better than Dragon Ball Super. Just concerning, considering I am a video editor.
Some questions from chat. When are we getting emotes for YouTube chat? We could actually do it during the subathon, because we have a bunch of emotes and I don't think we have slots for all of them, so we could have a little chat poll and see like you guys choosing which emotes you want. Really hope the One Piece game is good. You'll find out next when? Wednesday? Did I say Wednesday, Renee? Or Tuesday? When did I say it? I think next Tuesday is the demo.
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Yeah, okay. So Tuesday the demo comes out. Wednesday night is the embargo date, and we'll be able to post the review.
Which is still pretty cool, because we have a lot of time, and also I think the game comes out on the 13th.
Yeah.
Is there? Yeah. Is there like a pre-order?
There's some outfit stuff, I think.
You can't play earlier, right?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. We have time.
Yeah. Regarding the Fate Samurai game, I saw it. I don't know anything about Fate, and since it was cinematic only, I decided not to include it in the news, because it's like, show me the game, you know? Well, it's interesting once you show me the game. If you're just doing a cutscene, whatever. I don't care. You're still playing that Full Metal Alchemist mobile game? No, I dropped it after the review. it became too painful. The gacha curve was too steep, and it actively took away from my enjoyment. So I dropped it. Blue Lock Gamer reminds me of a Captain Tsubasa game that was released on the Sega CD. Wow. Oof. Okay. Mobile Legends. Yeah, the Jump game. Maybe. I don't remember the names of those games. What do you think happened to the Demon Slayer mobile game? Probably in trouble, but it's probably been that way for a while. And I think at this point they've had time to regroup, to maybe even restart development and come up with a new marketing strategy. And they're just being quiet until they're ready to say something. That's what I think happens, but I do not know. Even One Piece has top tier animation these days. So One Piece has always had that 1 or 2 episodes that really took things further. I don't know why I'm in top chat. Oh yes, thanks for the colors. But yeah, this latest arc has had more than just 1 or 2 episodes with top tier animation. And I agree that like Demon Slayer's story is basic, according to Ichunka, and to your comment earlier. It just doesn't invalidate the rest, you know?
The thing about the story is not very complicated, but you also have moments like the Rengoku moment, which is quite
It's a strong story
spectacular.
moment, yes.
It's really good, really fucking good. Like it is. I felt that one. And you know, I don't know how it progresses. I have been spoiled a bit, but like that story moment, even though it was a bit contained in that movie, the way it was told, the way it was explained, the way they made you feel what you had to feel when you lost that character is pretty fucking cool.
Not only that, I think like the whole dream sequence and recalling that Tanjiro actually lost his whole family. Like that was just the thing that set things in motion for the first season. But there was never like that big emotional impact. It was just, okay, this kid is screaming because he lost his family, and that makes sense. But the trauma that sticks with you, I think that only was highlighted during the Mugen Train stuff, and it gave that first episode so much more weight. Story-wise, the Mugen Train, I think, is fantastic.
Yeah.
As a whole, Demon Slayer story is mid. 100%. The Entertainment District, whatever.
Yeah, it's just the animation makes up for it.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
There is not a single miss.
It is shown in eye candy. 100%.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, and by the way, soundtrack. Soundtrack is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I think when a soundtrack hits, it also elevates the anime, and you know, that is the thing that happens.
Star of Season 2 is going to be fire. We still talking Demon Slayer? Because that's Season 3.
Yes. Oh, season 3. Sorry, yeah, you're right. My brain died a small bit.
No problem. I don't remember that moment being particularly great in the manga, but maybe I'm misremembering it. I like the end of the season a lot. I like the end of it a lot. But the start of it, okay, maybe. There's a character I really like in that whole arc.
And it is not Gyu.
It is. No, it's Haga Nezuka. We've seen him before, the swordsmith. He gets a bit more of a spotlight in this season. It's cool. Shonen porn, as I called it. Yes, it's shonen porn. You're just there for the eye candy. You're not there for the story. You're skipping the story and getting to the eye candy. It's shonen porn. Back to Discord. We're eating good with Bleach. We're 100%. Good drink. Looking forward to One Punch Man Season 3 hopefully being animated properly. Same. One Punch Man was one of my top 3 most liked anime of all time. And then Season 2 came out. And it's like, I can't anymore.
Yeah, One Punch Man was unbelievable. Fantastic. I remember not only like the animation and like the character was awesome, but the way you just keep expecting someone to be as strong as him. Like during that first season, you're like, nah, this is not gonna be. It isn't.
Yeah.
I find that to be so refreshing. Like it is so fucking cool. What an anime that was.
Excited when we finally get the new JJK season. It's July this year. July this year is also has some bangers.
Yeah.
So a very exciting season to be waiting for. I think Demon Slayer? No, Demon Slayer is April.
Excited to watch 5 minutes of Demon Slayer and 5 minutes of JJK until it's just over.
Are you going to do weekly this time, or are you going to wait for the season to end?
I think I'm gonna do weekly because of spoilers. Now I'm invested.
Yeah, especially Demon Slayer. I think JJK, while we don't have a game, you can stay safer away from spoilers. But Demon Slayer might be hard.
That is true.
That is true. Too into the Demon Slayer world to kind of dodge that stuff.
I'll tell you what. And I'm not gonna name the anime specifically, and I don't want you to name the anime specifically because this might be, this might even spoil someone. So there's an anime that I stopped watching, and sometimes I type a name of a character of that anime, and it regardless of the character, the first Google search is that character and death. But it doesn't matter what the character is. There's always that character and death. The other character, death. And I'm like, is everybody fucking dying in this anime?
I don't know how you dodged one of those spoilers. Like, I don't know how you did it. I think we can talk about it. It's the Rengoku death. Like, I can't believe you dodged the Rengoku death.
Bro.
Like, for so long. We went to the movie theater, and I was like, I don't know if he knows. I actually don't know if he knows. And I was so happy when you were like, I can't believe they killed the Rengoku. And like that impact that you got after working on Demon Slayer videos for a while, like the first search result when you type Rengoku is Rengoku death. I don't know how you dodged it. It's so good.
Here's what's even more spectacular. I dodged the ending of Red Dead Redemption 1 for 8 years. And it's still one of my favorite moments in gaming. And I still don't know how I didn't get spoiled by that shit. That shit was everywhere. Every list has that scene at the end, and I guess I got lucky.
What's so bad about season 2 of One Punch Man? I watched it. I didn't think it was too bad, or at least as bad as people made it. I don't know how bad people made it. I thought that the animation was hyper disappointing. Well, especially coming from the first season. It like took all the impact away from every fight scene, it was boring. Like story-wise, sure, it's fine. But read the manga, I guess. I think it was a worse product than the manga was. Yeah, nothing really happened in season 2 besides the end when Saitama came in. I don't think that's true. I think season 2 is the arc of Garo. It's the arc of building up a villain. And it explores a little bit more of the other cast of characters, the rest of the characters. Even though, like, Saitama is not there, I think One Punch Man has a very interesting cast of characters. And to spend a season exploring other people, I think that's totally fine. I don't think that's what's so bad about it. Maybe it got more hate than it deserved because of that, too. Janos didn't take enough else. True. Okay. I believe... Yeah, Discovering King on Season 2. That's cool.
I have a question for you, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, now we're diving into the One Piece review, but when are you gonna play Vampire Survivors?
After Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, next game is One Piece. Then it's back to Devil May Cry. I'm on like chapter 14. I think there are like 20 chapters in that game, so I'm close. Then Vampire Survivor. But in the middle of this, there's going to be Bardock DLC. So maybe I can finish Devil May Cry and then jump into Kakarot and then jump into Vampire Survivors. But right now, it's going to be One Piece, then Devil May Cry.
I'm thinking of, after I finish Vampire Survivors, I'm thinking of going for Devil May Cry as well. So then I have a while until Forspoken and Dead Space. I
I'm gonna be honest with you, Renee. I've thought about dropping Devil May Cry 5 a couple of times. I know people in chat are gonna be very mad, and Ashura, feel free to unmute yourself and show the shock to the audience. I've thought about
I'm
dropping
unsubbing.
it. I think the levels are so boring. Like, the whole point of Devil May Cry is the combat. It's 100%, and I get why so many fighting game players like Devil May Cry, because it feels like learning a moveset. It feels like learning how to optimize, how to use all your tools. And in this case, not optimized for damage, but optimized for style. And I think that's really, really cool. The levels are so fucking boring. I am so tired of running around and, like, slashing blobs of blood to flow rivers into a statue to open a door, and I am so done with it.
Here's the thing about I don't know if you share the same way of playing hack and slash. For me, hack and slash has always been, not always, but mainly since 360 and the era where achievements were introduced. But for me, my best memories in hack and slashes have been just completing the game on the hardest difficulty setting, and usually I don't have much fun when I'm playing normal. I have fun.
No, I feel engaged when I'm in combat. I feel super engaged when I'm in combat, but it's the walking and like I don't like the scenery at all. I don't think the game has bad graphics or anything. But it's a lot of the same look that Devil May Cry has had for a long time, which is, well, here's this red and dark place because you're in hell or in a bloody scenario or whatever. Like, I think a lot of that game is boring as hell. Design-wise, level-wise, but the combat is fantastic. And that's what keeps me going, is the combat encounters.
Yeah, I see.
With that... what? For a second, I thought you were using TeamSpeak. The ring lighting up next to GeForce Experience. Oh, it's Discord. It's Discord. Basically, it's the downtime between level traversal and combat is what you don't like. And the puzzles. I hate the puzzles in that game. It's boring. It's boring. It's like they made a bunch of boring stuff to put in between the combat to break the monotony, but the stuff they made is bad. That's what I think of it. Anyway, it sounds like we are done with all the questions. So, like I said, Around the Bush every Friday is going to be a very short stream. We're going to get through the news. We're going to get through Q&A. And then we're going to get out of here. And that's how it's going to go. Thank you. Yeah.
Before we implode, do you think we should... I have ideas for a few sections for the subathon stream. And we still haven't discussed that. Do you think we should... open it to suggestions?
We can open it to suggestions, but I think we're going to have to be very careful about what we accept, because I have no idea how long the subathon is going to go. I bought this couch, and this couch has a bed. So, like, if the subathon goes long, I can sleep here. I can actually do that. But I don't know how long it's going to go, and if it goes long, that means we need to plan accordingly to, like, okay, we're going to stream the subathon with, like, original ideas and goofing around for, like, 5 hours. But from that point on, I need to get to work. So we need to think of things that are fun to stream that can also be turned into videos.
We could also set a time limit for, like, 12 hours, and after 12 hours we stop.
I think uncapped is fun. And let's be real, we're not going to reach 12 hours, okay? So I love that you're optimistic, but bye, we're dead.